Welcome back to Weirdest World, where the strange isn't just possible, it's probable. Today, we're diving into one of the most chilling and enduring legends in American folklore, the Mothman of Point Pleasant. A creature so bizarre, so elusive, and so deeply tied to tragedy that it's become more than just a cryptid. It's a symbol of mystery, fear, and maybe even prophecy. And if you stick around until the end, I'll share a weird fact about the Mothman that most people have never heard. One that might just change how you see this legend forever. It all began in November of 1966 in the quiet town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, nestled along the banks of the Ohio River. On November 12th, 5 gravediggers working in a cemetery near Clendenin reported seeing a large, man-like figure flying low over the trees. They described it as a brown humanoid gliding silently from branch to branch. Just 3 days later, on November 15th, 2 young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry, and Steve and Mary Millette were driving near the old TNT area, a remote and abandoned World War II munition site just outside of town. What they saw would ignite a firestorm of fear and fascination. According to their account, a tall figure with glowing red eyes and massive wings appeared by the roadside. When they sped away in panic, the creature allegedly took flight and chased their car, keeping pace at speeds over 100 miles per hour until they reached the town limits. The local newspaper, the Point Pleasant Register, ran the headline, "Couples see man-sized bird. Creature or something else?" And just like that, the Mothman legend began. The old TNT area, officially known as the McClintock Wildlife Management Area, quickly became the epicenter of sightings. This eerie stretch of land is dotted with concrete igloos once used to store explosives, now overgrown and abandoned, creating a perfect setting for something otherworldly to hide. Throughout the end of 1966, dozens of locals came forward with similar reports. 2 volunteer firemen described seeing a large bird with red eyes. A contractor named Newell Partridge claimed his television began emitting a loud buzzing noise, and when he went outside to investigate, he saw 2 glowing red eyes staring at him from the darkness. His German shepherd, Bandit, ran off into the woods and was never seen again. But the story doesn't end with sightings. It escalates into tragedy. On December 15th, 1967, the Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio, collapsed during rush hour traffic. 46 people died in the disaster. The official cause was a mechanical failure, a fracture in an I-bar suspension chain. But many locals believed the Mothman was somehow connected. Some claimed to have seen the creature perched on the bridge days before the collapse. Others believed it was a harbinger of doom, a supernatural warning of impending catastrophe. This theory was popularized by journalist and UFO researcher John Keel in his 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies. Keel suggested that the Mothman was part of a wave of paranormal activity in the area, including UFO sightings, strange lights in the sky, mysterious phone calls, and encounters with so-called men in black. According to Keel, the Mothman wasn't just a cryptid, it was part of a larger, more complex phenomenon that defied explanation. So what is the Mothman? Skeptics have offered a few theories. One of the most popular is the sandhill crane, a large bird with a wingspan of up to 7 feet and red markings around its eyes. Wildlife biologist Robert L. Smith proposed that an out-of-place crane could explain the sightings. But that doesn't account for the creature's reported speed, its ability to fly silently, or the sheer number of witnesses who described something far more terrifying than a bird. Others believe the Mothman is a supernatural entity, an interdimensional being, or even a government experiment gone wrong. The TNT area's toxic legacy and strange atmosphere only fuel these theories. And then there's the pop culture angle. In 2002, the legend was brought to the big screen in the Mothman Prophecies, starring Richard Gere, The film, loosely based on Keel's book, introduced the story to a global audience and cemented the Mothman's place in the pantheon of modern myth. Today, Point Pleasant embraces its eerie mascot. The town is home to the Mothman Museum, which houses eyewitness accounts, newspaper clippings, and memorabilia. Outside stands a 12-foot-tall metallic statue of the creature, complete with bulging red eyes and massive wings. Every September, thousands of visitors flock to the annual Mothman Festival to celebrate the legend, hear lectures, and maybe catch a glimpse of something strange in the woods. And now, as promised, here's the weird fact about the Mothman that most people don't know. In 1986, 20 years after the Silver Bridge collapse, a similar creature was reportedly seen in Pripyat, Ukraine, just before the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. Witnesses described a winged figure with glowing red eyes flying over the reactor. Some call it the Black Bird of Chernobyl. Others believe it was the Mothman. Coincidence? Or is this creature drawn to catastrophe? It's a chilling thought that the Mothman isn't just a local legend, but a global omen. A being that appears before disaster strikes, not to cause it, but to warn us. Or maybe, just maybe, to watch. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this episode of Weirdest World, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you never miss another deep dive into the strange and unexplained. And let me know in the comments, do you think the Mothman is real? A misunderstood bird? Or something far more sinister? Until next time, stay curious, stay weird.